Hello everyone, what's happening? This is Forgo, and today we're going to test Red and ABX, and today is no restriction day, so the Beast is going to have a guard, and on Combat Female Day, he won't. So Red isn't going to do as much damage today as what she will be able to do on Combat Hero Days, or Combat Female Day, so keep that in mind when you're watching this run, but this is a team you're going to run with on Combat Female Day. We're going to use Valkyrie for her 45% damage dealt to supervillain types. And I do have a Ctp of Insight on a girl for a world boss and for ABX because you can use her with Namor and you're going to be able to use her with Red now as well, or whatever character you're using for Combat Female Day. And the Ctp of Insight is really nice because it gives that increased damage dealt to superhero types or supervillain types by 20% whenever it procs. The way this thing works is whenever it procs, the proc will last for 5 seconds, just like a regular damage proc or a proc on a rage, but it's going to last the duration of that 5 seconds. So you're going to get that 20% increased damage for that 5-second duration, which is pretty nice. We're going to use She-Hulk for her leadership. This increased damage dealt to male types by 65%, and the Beast is considered a male, which is kind of funny, but he is. And that leadership actually is better than Red's leadership, which does give her 65% fire damage. And I might do another video where I'm comparing them. But She-Hulk's leadership will actually be better than Red's leadership. Now, Red's a pretty freaking awesome character. I've talked about her before. And ABX was a big thing for me for her. She's ranked 212, so I do have a pretty good build on her. She has 23,000 physical attack. I've seen this girl do a 3.6 million run on Combat Female Day, but the player had 28,000 physical attack. I have 23, so 5,000 more attack than me. That's a hell of a lot, so that player must have some hella cars and must have a hell of a lot of Odin's blessings on old girl, but I can't blame him because I want to do the same thing. I want to get as much out of her as I can. As far as her details, she does have 128 attack speed, max crit rate, 160 critical damage, and this is really going to hurt her damage because losing 40% critical damage is a lot. That's a lot of power to be losing. Honestly, I could probably put Warwolf on the team instead of Valkyrie and probably do just as much, if not more damage, having all that 30% critical damage from his passive. But maybe not, but since we have a Ctp of Insight on Valkyrie, but yeah, I mean, this really is going to hurt her big time. She has max ignore defense, max skill cooldown, and she has 63% dodge. And if this was 75%, she would be doing so much more damage. If this girl ever gets a uniform, she's going to be freaking Omega tier because without a uniform, she's so freaking strong. Even with a non-optimal build, she is just crazy. As far as her Urus, I do have all 5-star physical attack Urus on her. Unfortunately, I only have one Odin's Blessing, which really sucked. I do got some mythic Urus on her. I tried giving her as much dodge as possible, as much critical damage as I could, but I really need some more of these babies to give some physical attack and critical damage, and we can get these Odin's Blessings here, the Odin Blessing Steel from Cole Obsidian. So I'm going to be fighting the hell out of him because now I have all my Odin's Blessing, HP Odin Blessings for Hulk. So now I'm going to start focusing on these here because I can either use them on Namor or Red. So we'll see. But that would really help her damage. And then you can put some other physical attack Urus in here as well. Odin's Blessings. As far as her skills, something to note real quick is in her tier 2 passive, she gets to increase all attack and defense by 15%. And she gets all speed buff by 5%. But she gets a crit rate buff by 10%. Now, I actually couldn't remember this. It's been so long since I checked into this. But I couldn't remember as to whether or not if this crit rate bump shows up in the detail page. So what I did today was I actually did a little testing. And I took another character that has a similar buff, who is Hellcat. And Hellcat actually has a critical damage bump by 20%. Now, when she was at tier 1, she only had 137 critical damage. Now she has 157. Whenever I tier 2'd her, it shows that critical damage bump here. So it's going to show that critical rate bump for Red as well. So after you tier 2 the character, if you got some kind of passive like that in their tier 2 passive, it will show up in the detail page. At least the critical rate and critical damage will. As far as what else she's got going on, She does have the damage accumulation, which is absolutely insane. The thing about this that does kind of suck, though, is damage accumulation is damage based on how much damage you take. So it's really just a matter of hopefully getting lucky with the beast. If the beast is jumping at you, you know, pawing down on you, then you're going to take some damage and you're going to deal that much more damage. If you're not in front of that beast, then there's going to be a lot less chances of you taking damage. So whenever you're fighting the beast, you want to make sure you're in front of him to try to hopefully absorb as much damage as you can. The 4th skill does have penetration, which is going to be useful against the guard, the shield that the beast will put up in today's run. But the penetration isn't going to matter at all on combat female day because the beast doesn't have any kind of shield. She also has the invincibility on her 5th skill that gives a 20% increase of all attacks. So let's talk about the rotation a little bit. So as far as She-Hulk's rotation, it's pretty easy. You just want to hit that 3rd skill. Hopefully the beast will jump at you or whatever. Go into the 1, then the 2. Hopefully the proc will trigger on that 2nd skill or even the 1. As soon as the proc triggers on the rage, then you want to go into the 5th skill. You want to try to get the proc on the 5 and the 4 together. And then when the 4 finishes, hit your 3rd again. And then you're going to go back into your 1, 2. Now you don't want to just sit there. You don't want to just sit there and hit your 3rd skill and just wait for the beast. You're going to be killing a lot of time, which means you're going to be losing a lot of damage. So like I said, it's one of those things you got to hope to get lucky that the beast is going to jump at you, paw down on you, slap its arm at you, do something to take some damage. So just try to stay in front of him as much as possible when you're fighting that prick. She has a fully awakened Power of Angry Hulk set. She has the CTP of Rage, pretty decent stats here. And then she does have an ignore boss damage decrease by 60%. And she has no uniform. So let's get into the ABX action and let's rock and roll. So I did do this run a few times. I was trying to get as much damage as I could. Like I said, you know, it's really a matter of luck, hopefully taking some damage. But we're going to hit that 3rd skill. The 1, 2, the proc triggered actually on the 3rd skill, which was really nice. That's actually, I really want that more than anything, to be perfectly honest. Come on, he's going to slap down. There we go. And whenever that beast paws down like that, or when he jumps at you, that's what you're trying. You want to try to take damage from those skills. The thing that kind of sucks about Red is she has these partial iframes. And during those moments when that X is showing up in the center of her, she's in an iframe. And that means that she's not taking damage during it. And that freaking sucks. So that's something that does kind of suck about her. But I guess they figured she'd be too OP if she didn't have those on her 1 and 2. But boy, who knows? Maybe when they give her a uniform, they'll take those iframes off of her. Because for ABX, you know, just having super armor is enough. You're not going to get guard broken as long as you have super armor. And she gets plenty of it from that 3rd skill. But you just stay in the rotation, stay in the rotation. Come on, girl, you can do it. Here we go. We'll try to get in front. We'll take some damage. Hell yeah. And, you know, 1.2 million in the first minute. And this beast has a shield. That's pretty insane. That's pretty freaking awesome because, you know, I'm losing all that critical damage. Only having 160% critical damage and not having the max stats on that dodge. It's very impressive what this girl can do. Look at this. 1.6 million. We're not even quite halfway yet. And that beast has is decreasing damage right now from her. He's done 1 roar already. Here pretty soon he's going to do another one. And then he's going to decrease even more damage received from her. Come on. Which is why the rage is so good in ABX. Really good everywhere. So the beast is stunned. He's going to do another roar. There's the roar right there. So now he decreased damage. He decreased even more damage. He's taking even more or less damage now. But she's still going to put it out. It's pretty crazy. Just imagine if this girl had a damn silence. Although, I wouldn't really like that because then that would mean I'd have to start timing her skills. And I actually can't stand the whole canceling the Beast Roar. But I do think it is a good effect, whether it was intentional from Netmarble or not. I do think it's a good effect because it does require skill. And I've said that multiple times that, you know, it's good to see game modes where you have to use skill. It separates the good players from the bad players. So I actually really like it. but it does suck. It's a love-hate thing, to be perfectly honest, for me. But she is tearing it up. Come on, girl. Come on. Here we go. Oh, yeah. That proc's triggering right where we want it there. Hell yeah. 2.2 million. Got 20 seconds left to go. Come on, girl. Can we hit 2.3? Come on, girl. You can do it. And there's that shield. Come on, come on. Really, it's a guard hit's what it is, but I keep calling it a shield. Here we go. Come on. Look at that. Almost 2.4 million from this girl. Just imagine you slap some Odin's blessings on her. Just imagine if I had more physical attack. I have 55% physical attack on my cards. This girl is bonkers. If I'd had the same run on Combat Female Day, I probably would have hit 2.6, 2.7 million with the same run. So when Combat Female Day shows up, we'll test it again and see what she does. So let me know how you're all feeling about Red, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.